Can you solve all these Class 10 Science Chapter 7 control and coordination questions? Taste receptors are well picked. Gustatory receptors is correct. Roots of plants are perfect. Positively geotropic is the one. Brain is stored in dash. Good job. Cranium works well. What detects a stimulus? Excellent choice. A receptor is right. Hormones are part of the great thinking. Endocrine system is right. Thinking part of brain is good thinking. For brain is right. Junction between two neuron. You got it. Conclusion fits. What is function of medulla? Well reasoned. Controls heart rate is correct. Spinal cord originates from. You're right. Medulla is correct. Fight and flight hormone the dash. Smart move. Adrenal gland is accurate answer. Main function of cerebrum is. Nice work. Thinking fits perfectly. The brain is responsible for. Excellent. All of the above is well reasoned. Cells produce myelin sheath. Valid point. Swan cells is true. Which plant hormone is a gas? Right choice. Ethene is best. What does chemotropism mean? Nice selection. Growth towards chemicals is correct. A nerve cell is also known as a. On track. Neuron is correct. Group hormone is the gland dash. Sharp thinking. Pituitary glands is right. Auxins were first coined by dash. Strong choice. Aftabuent is right. What is the function of insulin? Well done. Decreases blood sugar levels is right. Where does urea enter the blood? Right again. Liver is valid. Nucleus-bearing neuron part dash. Clear logic. Cyton cell body is sound. Examples for endocrine gland dash. Great job. All the above is accurate. The root of a plant growing down. Smart pick. Positive gravitropism is correct. Blood sugar levels control hormone. Solid response. Insulin is valid. The hypothalamus is located in the. Exactly. Brain makes sense. When the plant responds to gravity. Bravo. Gravitropism is the answer. Brain is surrounded by dash layers. Nicely done. Meninges is solid. The gaps between neurons are called. Correct. Synapses is spot on. Nerves are formed by bundles of dash. Correct response. Neurons is accurate. What type of receptors detect taste? You chose gustatory receptors. Correct. What does rooting hormone powder do? Great job. Encourages growth of roots is accurate. Which of the following is neuron dash? Excellent. Schwann cells is well reasoned. The Center for Intelligence in Brain dash. Well reasoned. Cerebrum is correct. The reaction of the effector is called. You got it. Response fits. What detects a stimulus? Answer choices. Correct. A receptor is spot on. Body equilibrium is maintained by dash. Right again. Cerebellum is valid. Stimuli means dash. Stimulus means and dash. Good job. Sudden change in environment works well. Tropic movements are controlled by dash. You're right. Phytohormones is correct. Midbrain connects forebrain with dash. Well picked. Cerebellum is correct. Auxin promotes stem growth through dash. Strong choice. Cell elongation, cell cultivation is right.
Insulin hormone dash is born in an organ.
Great thinking. Panic is right. Which hormone promotes seed germination? Nice work. Gibberellin fits perfectly. Dash is the gland attached to the kidney. Smart move. Adrenal is accurate answer. In human, the number of cranial nerves is. Excellent choice. 24 is right. Outer covering of brain is called as dash. You chose meninges. Correct. Center for regulating body temperature is. Smart pick. Hypothalamus is correct. What is the hormone that stops the growth? Solid response. Abscisic acid is valid. The location of the adrenal gland is dash. Well done. In the kidneys is right.
A period of a plant when is does not grow.
Valid point. Dormancy is true. To move the roots towards the ground, dash. On track. Geotropism is correct. Auxins are responsible for dash of a plant. Good thinking. Growth is right. What is function of medulla? Answer choices. Nicely done. Controls heart rate is solid. There are 5 types of movement in plants. Perfect. False is the one. What is the main function of the cerebrum? Nice selection. Processing sensory information is correct. Which plant hormone promotes cell division? Bravo, cytokinin is the answer. Which of the following is male sex hormone? Correct response. Testosterone is accurate. What is the gap between 2 neurons called? Clear logic. Conclusion is sound. Touch me not plant folds its leaves due to. Right choice. Electrical signals is best. The central nervous system consists of dash. Exactly. Brain and spinal cord make sense. Which hormone inhibits the growth in pants? Sharp thinking. Abscisic acid is right. The brain is filled with a fluid called dash. Great thinking. Cerebrospinal fluid is right. Part of the brain responsible for hearing is. Exactly. Cerebrum makes sense. Most highly developed part of human brain is. Bravo. Cerebrum is the answer. Which of the following is not a sense organ? Good job. Liver works well. A nerve cell is also known as answer choices. Good thinking. Neuron is right. Which of the following is an endocrine gland? Well picked. Thyroid gland is correct. The longest fiber of nerve cells is called ad. Right again. Axon is valid. The cells that respond to stimuli are called. Strong choice. Receptor cells is right. The autonomic nervous system has control over.
Nice selection. Internal organs is correct.
Which of the following is not a plant hormone? You're right. Ascorbic acid is correct. All hormones are produced in tensor choices. You got it. Endocrine glands fits. Which of the following is not a reflex action? Solid response. Eating is valid. Which plant hormone produces opposite effects? Well reasoned. Auxin and cytokines is correct. Growth towards light is grow to light . Smart move. Phototropism light up is accurate answer. What is the important part of the mind thinking?
Excellent. The next mind is well reasoned. Who is the hormone that increases the heartbeat?
On track. Adrenaline is correct. Posture and balance of the body is controlled by. Well done. Cerebellum is right. What does the central nervous system consist of?
Correct response. Brain and spinal cord is accurate.
The stimulus in the process of thigmotropism is. Clear logic. Touch is sound. Cerebrum and dash, combinedly known as forebrain. Correct. Dienalon is spot on. What is not an example of an coordination center? You chose heart, correct? Response of plant roots towards water is called. Smart pick. Hydrotropism is correct. The thalamus and hypothalamus are located in the. Great Dienalon is accurate.
The chemical released between neurons are called.
Sharp thinking. Neurotransmitters is right. What type of movement is shown by plant tendrils?
Valid point. Thigmotropism is true.
The gaps between neurons are called answer choices. Nicely done. Synapses is solid.
What is called movement of plants towards gravity?
Excellent choice. Neighboring is right. Cerebellum and medulla oblongata combinedly known as. Right choice. Hindbrain is best. Integral part of brain that controls emotions, a dash. Nice work. Dienalon fits perfectly. The vacant space between two neurons, dash is called. Perfect. Money is the one. Hormone that controls growth in the body. Clear logic. Growth hormone is sound. Breathing is controlled by which part of the brain? Good thinking. Marrow oblongata is right. Which of the following is not a part of the neuron? Correct. Cerebrum is spot on. The highest coordinating center in the human body is. Excellent. Brain is well reasoned. Harms that increase the length of the cells are nasal. Great job. Auxin is accurate.
Which cell relays messages from one tissue to another?
Well done. Neuron is right.
Which of the following is not a hormone? Answer choices. Bravo, glucose is the answer. Which of the following hormones is a growth inhibitor? Right choice. Abscisic acid is best. Which part of the brain maintains posture and balance?
Correct response. Cerebellum is accurate.
Structure and functional unit of nervous system is dash.
Well picked. Neuron is correct.
Plants possess a mechanism with dash to show responses. Nice work. Hormones fits perfectly. The longest fiber on the cell body of a neuron is called. Good job. Axon works well. Which plant hormone promotes dormancy in seeds and buds? Solid response. Abscisic acid is valid. One of the newer and more advanced areas of the brain. Strong choice. Cerebral cortex is right. Which of the following is a function of the hypothalamus? Perfect. Regulating body temperature is the one. The first phytohormone that is observed is named as dash. Exactly. Oxynaxin makes sense. The plant part which exhibits negative geotropism is dash. Nice selection. Stem is correct. Hormone which stimulates stem growth and seed germination. Well reasoned. Gibberellins is correct. The growth of roots of plants towards water is due to dash. On track, hydrotropism is correct. Smooth muscles, cardiac muscle, and organs are regulated by? Nicely done. Autonomous nervous system is solid. What gland is described as the master gland of the body? Right again. Pituitary gland is valid. What is the hormone that stimulates the space distribution? You chose cytokinin? Correct. The involuntary actions in the body are controlled by dash. Smart pick. Medulla in hindbrain is correct. Goiter is caused due to the deficiency of dash in our diet. Smart move. Iodine is accurate answer. The hormone which increases the fertility in male is called. You're right. Testosterone is correct. Neurons send messages to one another via electrical impulses. You got it? True fits. What are the different types of tropic movements in plants?
Excellent choice. Phototropism, gravitropism, hydrotropism is right.
To show response to stimulus, dash response. To stimulus, a dash. Great thinking. Sensitivity is right. Which part of the brain stores memories of past happenings? Sharp thinking. Cerebrum is right. What is the role of neurotransmitters in the nervous system? Valid point. Transmit signals across synapses is true. Myelin sheath is made with the made of a dash. Myelin glove dash. Bravo. Lipids is the answer. Which part of the neuron receives signals from other neurons? Nicely done. Dendrite is solid. Which part of the brain is responsible for voluntary actions? Nice selection. Forebrain is correct. In humans, The life processes are controlled and regulated by. Clear logic. Nervous and endocrine system is sound. Which endocrine gland is called the master gland? Answer choices. Perfect. Pituitary is the one. Which hormone helps cells to grow longer in response to light? Smart pick. Auxin is correct. Which of the following is not released by the pituitary gland? Strong choice. Progesterone is right. Which nerves arise from the brain and emerges through the skull? Nice work. Cranial nerves fits perfectly. The growth of a pollen tube towards the ovule is caused by dash. You're right. Chemotropism is correct. Amount of neurons embedded in nervous system, approximately. Dash. Solid response. 10 billions is valid. Phytohormone responsible for prolongation of seed dormancy. Dash. Sharp thinking. ABBA is right. Which of the following plant part exhibits negative phototropism? You got it? Root fits. The chemical messengers released by endocrine glands are called. Correct response. Hormones is accurate. Which of the following is an example of autonomous nervous system? Smart move. Peristalsis is accurate answer. Name the tube which carries urine from the kidney to the bladder. Exactly. Ureter makes sense. Which of the following acts as both endocrine and exocrine gland? Well picked. Pancreas is correct. Movement of sunflower in accordance with the path of sun is due to. Valid point. Phototropism is true. Nervous system is broadly divided into two systems. What are they? Great job. Central and peripheral is accurate. Which of the following hormone stimulates cell division in plants? Right again. Cytokinin is valid. Which of the following is not a part of the central nervous system? A. Well done. Nerves is right. Which part of the neuron receives information from the environment? On track, dendrite is correct. Which of the following helps in the regulation of body temperature? Correct. Brain is spot on. Which part of the body monitors the levels of glucose in the blood? Good job. Pancreas works well. Where in the nephron are all small molecules removed from the blood? Good thinking. Bullman's capsule is right. Movement in leaves of Touch Me, not plant excavation in the plant dash. Excellent. Gnostic is my stick is well reasoned. Which of the following is a function of the autonomic nervous system? Well reasoned. Regulation of heart rate is correct. Which part of the brain controls the posture and balance of the body? Excellent choice. Cerebellum is right. Cytokinins promote cell growth and are found in areas of slow growth. Great thinking. False is right. Any change in the environment to which an organism responds is called. Right choice. Stimulus is best. Phytohormones that remove seed dormancy dash. Name of phytohormones. You chose gibberellin. Correct. Which hormone is known as the fight or flight hormone? Answer choices. Correct. Adrenaline is spot on. Hormone that is a hormone that can be used in closing these holes. Dash. Perfect. Abscisic acid is the one. Which part of the eye opens in dark places and closes in bright places? Nice selection. Pupil is correct. In a reflex action, the pathway taken by nerve impulses is known as the... Excellent. Reflex arc is well reasoned. Which part of the nervous system controls reflex activities of the body? Good job. Spinal cord works well. What is the primary function of the myelin sheath in the nervous system? Right choice. To insulate nerve fibers is best. Iodine is necessary for the synthesis of which of the following hormone? All. Exactly. Thyroxine makes sense. Functional region of neurons, dash. The functional part of the neurons, dash. Strong choice. Synapse nervous negotiation is right. Growth of pollen tube towards ovule during fertilization is an example of... Nicely done. Chemotropism is solid. The system of the body that carries information to all parts of the body. Good thinking. Nervous system is right. The disease diabetes mellitus is most often associated with which hormone? Clear logic. Insulin is sound. The part of neuron which brings information towards the cell body is dash. Right again. Dendrites is valid. Which hormone is primarily responsible for the fight or flight response? Excellent choice. Adrenaline is right. Part of the brain that controls respiration, heartbeat, and peristalsis is... You chose medulla, correct? As hormones show responses in plants, by means of growth, they are called dash. Great thinking. Growth hormone is right. Which of the following receptors is incorrectly paired with what is senses? Valid point. Photoreceptors, pain is true. The neurons that conduct information towards the sins are dash. Answer choices. Smart move. Sensory neurons is accurate answer. Abscisic acid inhibits growth and helps in stress responses, such as wilting. Sharp thinking. True is right. Which part of the brain is responsible for coordinating voluntary movements? You're right. Cerebellum is correct. First discovered phytohormone, your growth hormone in plants. You got it. Oxynaxin fits. Which part of the brain coordinates muscle responses for balance and posture? Great job. Cerebellum is accurate. Which of the following helps in maintaining posture and balance of human body? Correct response. Cerebellum is accurate. The flowers of lotus and sunflower open in the morning. This is an example of... Well reasoned. Fudnesty is correct. In a neuron, conversion of electrical signal to a chemical signal occurs in. Solid response. Axon terminal is valid. Which of the following is a plant hormone responsible for elongation of cells? Well picked. Gibberellin is correct. Which of the following is part of the peripheral nervous system? Answer choices. Well done. Taste buds on tongue is right. Identify the part of the brain that takes up the greatest volume. Answer choices. Nice work. Cerebrum fits perfectly. Hormones released in plants are known dash. The hormone released in plants dash. Bravo. Phytohormones is the answer. The hormone secreted by parathyroid gland regulates the level of dash in blood. Smart pick. Calcium and phosphates is correct. What is the term used for the involuntary action controlled by the spinal cord? On track. Reflex action is correct. What is the alternative means of communication used by multicellular organisms? Well picked. Chemical communication is correct. The growth hormone that is used to speed up the ripening of fruits for export is correct. Ethylene is spot on. Which of the following hormones is responsible for the fight or flight response? Smart pick. Adrenaline is correct. Which part of the brain controls involuntary actions like heartbeat and breathing? Nice work. Medulla fits perfectly. Which part of the nervous system is responsible for the fight or flight response? Good job. Sympathetic nervous system works well. Which nerves transmit impulses from the central nervous system towards muscle cells? Strong choice. Motor nerves is right. Protection given by fluid passes between layers of brain. The fluid is known as dash. You're right. Cerebrospinal fluid is correct. Dash stimulates the absorption of water and controls the loss of water through urine. Good thinking. Ad is right. A bundle of nerves that runs along the back of a vertebrate within the spinal column. Exactly, spinal cord makes sense. Which part of the eye is where images are converted to nerve impulses? Answer choices. Nicely done. Retina is solid. The microscopic gap between two adjacent neurons through which a nerve impulse passes is smart move. Conclusion is accurate answer. Organisms have directional growth responses to stimuli like light dash or gravity dash. You chose phototropism, gravitropism. Correct? I promote growth of stem and flowering. Who am I? I encourage the stem growth and flowers. Sharp thinking. Gibberellin is right. A part of the body which responds to the instructions sent from nervous system is called solid response. Effector is valid. Which hormone in the menstrual cycle stimulates a follicle to mature in one of the ovaries? Bravo, fish is the answer. Which part of the nervous system is not involved in producing reflex actions? Answer choices. Great thinking. Brain is right. Which of the following is not the growth hormone released in plants? Excellent. Pepsin is well reasoned. Coleoptile of seed grows as dash, part of plant. The Prancora shield in the seed dash grows. You got it. Stem fits. The major hormones involved in the maintenance of blood glucose levels are produced by the excellent choice. Pancreas is right. What is the organ system that coordinates all the body parts and perform all the body parts? Correct response. Nervous system is accurate. Which of the following phytohormone is not associated with the promotion of growth in plant? Grabe. Abscisic acid is accurate. A microscopic gap between a pair of adjacent neurons over which nerve impulses pass is called. Nice selection. Synapse is correct. Which hormone in the menstrual cycle stimulates the lining of the uterus to thicken and grow? Right again. Estrogen is valid. Fall of mature leaves and fruits from plants is triggered by which of the following substance? Valid point. Abscisic acid is true. Nervous system contains the following parts, a dash. The following parts in the nervous system, a dash. Perfect. All the above is the one. Which part of the human brain is primarily responsible for maintaining balance and coordination? Well reasoned. Cerebellum is correct. Negative gravitropism is exhibited in dash because there is more auxin on dash side of a shoot. Well done. Shoots shaded is right. Branch like extensions of the neuron that receive chemical messages and carry them to the cell body. Right choice. Dendrites is best. Which type of neuron is responsible for carrying impulses from the central nervous system to effectors? Clear logic. Motor neurons is sound. One of the following plant hormones is responsible for the phenomenon of phototropism in plant. This is on track. Auxin is correct. All chemical reactions in living cells are controlled by dash that are sensitive to surrounding changes. Nicely done. Enzymes is solid. The chemical secreted by stigma enables the pollen to settle on. The action of the chemical is known dash. Excellent. Chemotropism chemical app is well reasoned. The effect that is released in tip and transformed to the low region to cause bending is known as dash. Strong choice. Oxanaxin is right. What substance is the urine of a person suffering from diabetes mellitus likely to contain? Answer choices. Right again. Glucose is valid. Which of the following are involuntary actions? I riding a bicycle, I heart BRT blinking IF peristalsis. Smart pick. I and IV is correct. Neurons those bring impulses to brain dash to neurons taking probations to the brain dash nervous cells. Bravo. Sensory knowledge is the answer. Nastic movements and dash are responses shown in plants. Nasty motion and dash natural reactions found in plants. Well done. Tropic movements app motions is right. Who is posted that there are two types of nurses in human body? There are two types of nerves in the human body. Dash. Perfect. Galen is the one. Give the missing term. Good thinking. Spinal cord is right. Which of the following part of the brain controls and regulates blood pressure, hunger, body temperature, and thirst? Correct. Hypothalamus is spot on. This is a picture of the. Nice selection. Peripheral nervous system is correct. Choose the correct option. Well picked. Brain stem is correct. Auxins are the hormones in the plants which promote cell elongation and are involved in phototropism and gravitropism.
Well reasoned. True is correct.
Growth of roots towards soil is an example for -itropism. The growth of names to the floor an example of the app.
You chose geogravity? Correct.
The nervous system involves the use of both electrical signals and chemical signals.
Sharp thinking. True is right.
Butterflies are being attracted by nectar in flower. This is the example for the This is an example of the plant
Solid response. Chemotropism chemical app is valid.
What is the part highlighted in red?
Clear logic. Cerebellum is sound.
Who is the scientist conducted experiments on phototropism? Who is the scientist who experimented with light application in plants?
Valid point. Both is true.
Homeostasis does not occur in plants.
Correct response. False is accurate.
What type of tropism is occurring here?
Smart move. Geotropism is accurate answer.
Body, callosum-amygdalothalamus-hypothalamus.
Great thinking. Corpus callosum is right.
What is structure? Label D in the picture.
Excellent choice. Cell body is right.
Growth of tendrils and closing of trap organ example growth. Food collection in the dropper plant. Plant and an example of the app.
Right choice. Figmo touch is best.
In the graph above, which individual has diabetes?
Good job. Red works well.
Identify the part of the neuron labeled 1 in the diagram.
Great job. Dendrite is accurate.
Identify the name of the white insulating substance that often covers the axon of a neuron and helps speed up the conduction of the messenger choices.
Exactly. Mal makes sense.
The nervous system is composed of the and dash.
On track. Brain, spinal cord, nerves is correct.
What is the reaction that is shown by the plant in the figure above?
Nice work. Negative geotropism fits perfectly.
The diagram below shows a sketch of the human brain. The part labeled C is.
You got it. Pons medulla fits.
What are they called functional units of passage of information in nervous system What are the functional standards that transmit information in the nervous system?
You're right. Synapses neurons is correct.
Plant that is kept in window grows out of the window towards light. Bending plants towards light. What is the plant hormone that caused the plant growing out of the window?
Right choice. Oxynaxin is best.
In the diagram above, where exactly is the temperature regulatory center in the brain?
Nicely done. Hypothalamus is solid.
The microscopic gap between two adjacent neurons through which a nerve impulse passes is.
Right again. Conclusion is valid.
The nerve cells in your body are called neurons. From which part of the neuron is most likely responsible for carrying signals between the cell body and axon terminal? Answer choices.
Good thinking. Axon is right.
If the lines about are labeled a B, C and D from top to bottom, which represents progesterone?
Excellent choice. D is right.
Plant hormones diffuse from their site of synthesis to target areas, facilitating growth and responses to environmental changes. This chemical coordination is crucial for the plant's dash and dash.
Nice selection. Adaptation. Survival is correct.
The dog in the picture is trying to cool off by panting. This response is similar to when a human does what? Well picked. Sweats is correct. Went extracted the effect that causes bending in plant. What is the that is mentioned? What is the effect mentioned above that's separated? Effect that causes the pump in the plant parts of the vent plants. Smart move. Sigu went, a dog went is accurate answer.
When we touch the leaves of a touch-me-not plant, they begin to fold up. How does the plant communicate the information of touch?
Smart pick. Electrical chemical signals is correct. Nastic movements are the non-directional movements in response to dash, such as rapid folding of leaves in sensitive plant, dashed when touched. Clear logic. Both A and B is sound. In the given activity, the boy catches scale falling down. The activity shows the dash of nervous system and its function. The nervous system, its work dash. Nice work. All the above fits perfectly. The nerve cells in your body are called neurons. From the picture, which part of the neuron is most likely responsible for carrying signals between the dendrite and axon terminal? You're right. Axon is correct. How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format? Great thinking. Contact Narayan Chengder on Facebook is right.